Sorry. Okay. These are a few phrases from Francis. This is not Marx. This is not Lenin. This is Pope Francis. And what Francis is telling us is that the working poor are the main force of change. They are more important than himself. They are more important than big companies, the governments. So here you have a few phrases. You can then check them again. And I will try to offer a narrative, a perspective of what some of us think may be a pathway. We speak about revolutionary humanism. The concept humanism contains both the human being and the earth because of its etymology. Humus is earth. The revolutionary view consists in changing the axis of rotation of the world system to reverse the eco-social crisis. So this means we cannot fix things with little public policies or international policies or just with new taxations. We need a structural change, very deep change. This conjunction of revolution and humanism, in our view, is consistent with the Christian tradition and Pope Francis doctrine, who teach us that our faith is revolutionary. Revolution consists in placing humanity and nature in the center, displacing the false values of accumulation, extraction, productivity, and competition. It does not imply preaching recipes or particular models, but rather a change in priorities, attitudes, and fundamentally government. Now I will say. So the poor do not just wait, they also organize and fight. There's a concept I want to stress, and it's the concept of planning or planification, which sounds a little bit old, not only for the Soviet Union, which has this Gosplan, but also for all Latin American development process, which also have this 5-year planning in a lot of countries. So this feeling of public planning as something which is authoritarian is a big problem, because the neoliberal paradigm main feature is this faith in a non-human force called market, which is like an invisible hand, which is funny because we believe in God and they believe in a hand that is invisible. So all current forms of capitalism are versions of neoliberalism. Recovering human governance of common affairs requires more than regulation and distributed measures. It requires planning. Planning is the concrete way in which the human, economic, social, cultural, and environmental rights that already exist in paper are not mere nominalisms, but effective realities. This does not imply ignoring the role of markets, individual property, or finance, but rather prioritizing the projection of integral human development as a priority goal. So just to stress this, if human beings, if governments if democracy does not plan, if they do not plan, if we don't have a middle-term plan, 10-year plan, 20-year plan, those who do the planning are the big corporation and the mega rich. That's evident. The content of the plan should have at least these three that Francis give us the popular movements, which are in Spanish tierra, techo, y trabajo. Land, labor, and a roof and housing, which means caring of the common house and its use according to human interests. A very strong reform in our agroalimentarian system, land access and food sovereignty, one of the energy transition, a substitution of extractivism. We have this idea of roof, which is also the access to a house for each family. Well, we need planning for this. Otherwise, we will have invasions and slums all over the world, at least in our countries, third world countries. And there are two transition policies that are stated in Francis' book, Let Us Dream Together. These are policies that Francis is promoting. So I will say again what I put in my last mail. I think that should be in our final document. And these policies are universal basic salary and redistribution of the working hours. These ideas are both transition policies that Francis promotes in his book, Let Us Dream Together. I feel that's the final slide, and I won't add up anything else because our friend of the America, our last, I can't remember the name, but
Reverend Barber.
Exactly, that's explained exactly the same. So how to build this power, this alliance, because without power, we cannot change things. So at least the working poor, the peoples, religions, churches, political parties, and if the business owners wants to do it, they are welcome. We have to try to build this power. To build this power means to recover control of government, of human and environmental affairs. The government of human and environmental affairs is no longer human. It is part of a logic that is non-human. Well, that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.